nighttime vibes, and I had to come out here real quick before I start going into my weekend. Now, I do not really know how to utilize this live on the cell phone, but I'm going to attempt to tonight. And so I am here to give you guys your message for today. For those of you that are new here, welcome. Go ahead and hit like, comment, and subscribe. Tap the notification bell so you can know when I'm uploading to the channel. All right. And so, you guys, this season that we are coming into, this is our harvest season. And next week we have this fall equinox, and this fall equinox represents the harvest moon. Hey, how are you? Good day. This this fall equinox represents the harvest moon, guys. And so your ancestors are wanting you to know that this is going to be a time for many of you that will harvest in this season, okay? It's going to be a time for many of you, and you will harvest in this season, all right? Especially if you have put the work in, especially if you've done all the necessary things that um, they have asked of you, okay? It's going to require for you to step outside of your comfort zone, okay? It's going to require you to step outside of your comfort zone. And for those of you that are worried about the outcome of your particular situation, it's going to work out for the good of all parties involved. Okay, so it'll be handled fairly, like judgment. So it will be just. Okay. Hi. Your ancestors are wanting you to know that you are way stronger than you think that you are. You're way stronger than you think you are. You're way stronger than you believe you are, and you have a strength that many wish that they'd had. That's why you kind of like endured a lot of the things that you have gone through, and you've been able to come out on top with those things that you have gone through. You're resilient, so you have the ability to bounce back from anything that comes your way. And along with that ability to be resilient, there are also a lot of tests because you are raising in your vibration, you're raising in your frequency. Things are changing. And so because things are changing and you are elevating to a certain degree, there are going to be a lot of different shifts and a lot of different things that are going to come along and try to deter you off your path. But you have to speak that love and speak that positivity to yourself. You have to stop. For those of you that experience this, you have to stop talking down to yourself. You have to stop thinking down on yourself. You have to stop sabotaging yourself and allowing other people to come in and add their beliefs or the projections of their beliefs onto you. Because just because they have doubt and just because it has never happened for them does not mean that it cannot happen for you. All right. And some of you have seen like all of the different miraculous things that have transpired over the course of these last few months. Even though you might be having some rough times, or even though you might be having, some different types of mood, some of you have seen your ancestors and your guides and your in the creator and your God come through for you. And that's because they want you to know that they're going to always be there with you and they're going to always be there guiding you regardless to what people around you say. And they're going to always bless you regardless to doubt that others have. Because many people may doubt you and your abilities, but it's not up to them to know what your destiny is going to be. It's only up to you and your creator. to know what your destiny is going to be. And so you can't let people talk down on you, or you can't make people play you small because you're not small. You you might be you know, small a small entity in the 3D, but you are a powerful bright light in the spirit world. And your ancestors and your guides are really wanting you to know your power. They're really wanting you to embrace your power. They're really wanting you to harness your power. And once you begin to harness this power, once you begin to embrace this power, then you're going to see how you will be able to take the power that they have granted you access to and move mountains. Whatever comes in your way, you'll be able to move it. You'll be able to clear it. But you have to believe that that type of power can come to you and can come from you. You are a God image. So therefore, you have those same types of power, which is why it's important for you to speak life into yourself. Speak positivity into yourselves. Charge yourselves up. Okay? Your ancestors are wanting you to do that. Really tap into the things that you love to do. What is it that you love to do? Really embrace your inner God and your inner goddess. Getting back to your sacred nature. Young. Ancestors, they don't want you to doubt yourselves because they don't doubt you. It is time for you to stand up in your position. What is your position? You know what your position is. Your guides and your ancestors have told you time and time and time again that you need to step on the opposing side of fear. You need to get on the opposite end of fear. And once you get on the opposite end of fear, you're going to notice things changing. You're going to open up a world that you did not know exists. Some of you are still focusing on those things and those people that have hurt you. And your ancestors are saying, listen, I understand that this hurt you. I understand that you have gone through these things. I understand that you have endured this pain, and sometimes this pain finds itself back in your face. They're saying, now, what are you going to do about it? So it's cleanup time. It's cleanup time. It's time for you to release all of the things that tie you to your old self. And it's not erasing it. You're not erasing your old self. You're just clearing all of the things that tie you to the identity of that self. Because you are not that self. You have evolved into a new being. You do not resonate with the energy of that being anymore. You are now on a new timeline. So you have to release those things. It's cleanup time. It's time for fall cleaning now. It's time to not just surface clean so that you look good on the outside and that you can smile in people's face and make everybody in the world think that you're okay and you're really not. It's time for you to really get in there and dig through the closets, throw away all of that stuff that you don't need, and just really clean out your sacred space. Clean it out. And this could be in the spiritual, this could be in the physical. Clear it out. It's time to really start tackling those things that are continuously triggering you and keeping you in this space right here. So it's time to clear that out. It's not going to be cleared out in one day. You need to do a little bit at a time. You have to do a little bit at a time. That way you don't burn yourself out when it comes to this healing. There's no such thing as an accelerated healing. Can't just take sage and clear out negative energies that are buried deep within you. You can't just do that. That's what your ancestors want you to know. It's going to require more than sage. It's going to require more than crystals. It's going to require more than some blue lotus or some ganja or some, whatever it is that you have to use to get you there. It's going to require more than that. It's going to require you really sitting with yourself and pointing out those flaws and not attacking yourself with the flaws that you point out, but doing your best to redefine those flaws. Doing your best to redefine those flaws. I can't read the comments right now, y'all. I have to learn this device, so I may have to just go back and read the comments later. But that's what you have to do. You have to change the story. Thank you, ancestors. You have to change the story. You have to change the story that people have written about you. Hi, my love. You have to change the story that you have written about yourself, especially if it's a negative part of the story. You have to rewrite the chapters, and don't write the chapters from a place of being broken. Write the chapters from a space of healing, from a space of clarity. And what I want you guys to know is that along this journey is not going to be perfect. You're not going to be perfect. No one is perfect. And anybody that says that they're perfect or they don't never have a down day, they're lying. That's not real. The realness of this is that you're going to cycle through different levels of healing for a lifetime. And you're going to continuously rediscover things about yourself. That's what's going to happen. And the more that you discover about yourself, the least things from the outside will be able to bother you. But that's not to say that nothing will ever bother you. This is that self-mastery that you hear like all of the elders speaking of, mastering of yourself. And we all still have things that we need to master, yes? But you can't fault yourself for the things that happen intergenerational, transgenerational. You can't fault yourself for those things. But you can do the best that you can to begin revamping the way you tell that story. No longer identifying with the trauma, but finding clarity, perspective, finding insight, finding solutions, finding whatever it is that you find when you're learning through these experiences and you're gaining this explicit knowledge, just finding that sense of clarity within your traumas, that realization, that reflection, and then hoping to be able to pass it on to somebody else. Be able to take these tools that you found instrumental and passing it on to somebody else. Because we want everybody to be to feel some form of what's it called? To feel some form of relief, some form of peace, some form of sanity. People that have come across, they have me feeling like that some of you have endured pains of people just ripping things from underneath you. Like as soon as you get your hands on something, like something good, it just seems like it always turns into something bad. But that stops here. That's not your story anymore because you have now made a particular choice that has changed the outcome of how that chapter is going to end. So it might have started like that. You might have started with abandonment issues. You might have started with daddy issues and trying to figure out why someone don't love you. You might have started that way. You might have started experiencing the extreme negative thing, like those 1 in a million chances, and then you're the one, right? So you may have started like that, but you have now made choices that's going to change that for you, right? This is going to, these choices that you have made are going to change your destiny. And you're going to look around 1 year, a year and a half, and you're going to be like, dang, I can't believe, I can't believe this. And that's because you're no longer blind. You're no longer spiritually blind. You see, for 2 years of my life, I was blind in the physical. I lost my eyesight in both eyes. Y'all probably didn't know that because I still maneuvered like I could see. And I knew that there was something that I was still failing to see. I knew that there was something that was being missed. But I felt like I had healed like everything. You know how you feel like I felt like I had healed everything. And there's this one thing that was like deeply rooted. But it didn't bother. I didn't feel like it bothered me, but it was something that needed to happen from that thing. It didn't have to bother me. That was an emotion that needed to be felt from that thing. Sometimes you go through a lot of stuff, and there's something that needs to be felt from that thing, something that needs to be understood from that thing. And as soon as I felt the emotion of that thing, young, I got my eyesight back. Like literally 3 days later, I had been blind for 2 years. So maybe there's something that you just can't see yet. But it's going to be made clear, okay? It's going to be made very clear. Getting out there, doing what you got to do, putting one foot in front of the other, okay? So over the weekend, y'all, reflect. Thank you, my love. Reflect, ground, prepare yourself because it's harvest time, y'all. It's harvest time. You're gonna be able to gather all the fruit. Gotta believe this. Utilize the energies that are around you to perform your rituals or your routines. But it's harvest time. So reflect, ground. Think about all the seeds that you've planted. And just go and do inventory on it. Do inventory on it. Did you cover this base? Did you do this? Did you do that? Just do inventory. Make sure that you have done everything within your physical power that you could do, right? And then allow your ancestors, your guides, the Creator, God, to do the rest for you. So it's harvest season and it's cleanup time. Protect your energy, mind your energy, watch who you have around you in these times. Ensure that, like, you guys are doing what you need to do to keep your space clear of these anything that could interfere with the plan that has been placed in front of you. Because you have been called to do something. You have elevated to another degree. You are clearing things out. You are getting rid of things. You are clearing out clutter. You are releasing old things that tied you to your past. Except for your kids, y'all. You can't release your kids. But you are clearing energy. You are transmuting things. Names that people called you, names that you've allowed people to call you. You're transmuting the energy of that. It's all shifting. It's all new energy. Finding your peace. Anything that does not promote your peace, you got to get rid of it. You got to get it out of your space. It can't be around you. All right? But things are going to shift. Foundational shifts, relational shifts. Some of y'all already noticing the relational shifts, huh? Friends ain't your friends no more, right? Start to realize that they ain't really want to see you do good, right? Relational shifts. Some of y'all don't found new bae. New bae is not your type, but it's everything that you expected, right? Ain't that right? So lots of shifts, financial shift. This is the perfect time for them finances, y'all. This is the energy of finances. This energy right here is it's gonna whatever you're trying to bring in, you can bring it in this energy. So next week, y'all write y'all list. Making sure you calling it forth. You writing your list of your expectancy on the days that the energy is coming in. So before the equinox, you start writing what you expect in this next quarter, because we do it by the quarters over here, right? So you write what you expect in these quarters and mean it. Don't erase nothing. Don't be like, oh, I don't know if I could get that. Don't erase nothing. Write what you expect and mean it. And then when it's time, when the energy starts to move away, then everything that you want gone. Write it out and mean it. Write it out and mean it. But it's time, y'all. Don't miss y'all harvest. Don't miss the opportunity to get things cleared up. I hope y'all enjoyed this message. If you do, make sure you hit like to boost the algorithm up. And I will definitely holler at y'all. And I'm going to read these comments when I get off, you guys. So I'll be responding to them, okay? All right, peace. You're welcome, my love. Let's see. Y'all got to help me out because I don't even know how to stop the live. You're so welcome, dear. I don't even know how to stop the live. I'm gonna see if like I just hit X and then maybe it'll give me like something that it could say like boom, boom, boom. Okay, you can close it out. All right.